Pick up the phone. We're calling.
This is Edwig.
This is Muila.
Your host for this podcast. Welcome to the 4th episode of Pick Up the Phone podcast. And today we're going to be talking about
whether or not we need closure after a breakup in a relationship.
That's a very good question. And I think we're going to have different answers, I believe.
I feel like we're going to have the same answer.
Do you think so?
My answer today, right now, is it came from you after learning a lesson.
Really?
So yeah, I feel like we're gonna end up at the same spot today.
Okay, you explain some more. I'm just gonna start by defining what closure is. This is just like, from Psychology Today, and this is how they define closure. Okay, so closure is knowing the reason a relationship, could be romantic, was terminated and no longer feeling emotional attachment or pain, thereby allowing for the establishment of new and healthy relationships. So for a lot of people who have said they needed closure, it was because they wanted to be able to move on. So do you think that's something necessary in order for you to start a new chapter in your life or to move on to the next thing?
The breakup is the closure.
You think so?
The breakup is the closure. I haven't heard of people who just break up and they don't know the reason why they're breaking up. There's usually like an argument before that, a discussion. You don't just say, I'm done with you and you leave.
Yeah.
Somebody will probably ask why, especially if it's come out of nowhere. So I feel like in that explanation, the breakup is the closure as I am maturing in life.
Okay.
But I know of people who... What do I mean? I know if I was one of the people who went looking for closure with my breakups, and it never did me any good, if I'm being kind of honest.
Yeah, I feel like for 98% of people who go back for closure, it never turns out how they want it to turn out. And I think it's very much an excuse to go through the same shit over again. Because I don't think they're going to have a better explanation when you go back to them about what they did or how the relationship ended. Anywho, I believe that. Okay, I don't think you need it, but I think it's...
No.
Humans always want to know why.
We are
like you're
on
telling
the
me,
opposite side.
No. I don't think so. Not necessarily, but I can see the other side. I can see why people seek closure. It just never... gives them what they're looking for.
Let me tell you how I went looking for closure and I came back in a relationship.
With that same person? Oh, God. See what I'm saying? Like, people always go back, no, I just need him to explain what happened. And then you hear a cold girl.
That is why I don't go looking for closure anymore.
Yeah.
Because I've done it twice. 2 different guys, I went back in the relationship. So you know what?
Okay, can you tell us what happened exactly? Like, you went back and you're like, what did you say?
Okay, so what happened was I felt like, so I broke up with this guy that I'd been dating for our relationship was pretty fast paced. We're going to call him Patrick. I was dating Patrick for a month and a half and we broke up the same way. Our relationship was like super fast. We broke up really quickly.
Yeah.
And the reason we broke up was because he felt like I was not giving up myself physically in the relationship. I just was not ready to have sex with this individual, and I decided I didn't want to do it. So if it was a no, I wasn't going to do it. And he either had to wait or he had to leave, and he chose to leave. Anyways, so we broke up and I felt like I needed to know why, because if you say you truly love me, why aren't you willing to wait until I'm ready?
Yeah.
Until I'm ready to figure out if this is what I want.
Yeah.
Why aren't you, like, did your love just end dramatically or whatever? Anyways, so I went back, naive little Muila went back or whatever. I sat down crying, wishing him the best. I wished that, his future girlfriend would love him endlessly.
Yeah, I can see you saying that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm a good person to break up with. I will wish you nothing but the best. Like, I just want the best for you in the future. I want nothing but love and kindness. Anyways, he told me this sweet, sweet nothings. And he's like, Jude, okay, do you want to try again? I was like, yeah, I guess we can try again. Because, I came here I needed to know.
Yeah. So you just kind of threw out the reasons why you were there in the first place out the window. I remember this, actually. You didn't tell me. But it's fair because I didn't tell you as well that one time. I still haven't told you. I don't.
No,
think
you
so.
told me. And I was actually kind of mad because you told me after the fact. You told me
Yeah,
after you broke
I
up.
told
but
you
told
way,
me-
way after.
And you know why I know you? You told me when I was having issues in my current relationship.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I feel like I'm going to go back or whatever. And you're like, girl, let me tell you how it went.
That was so stupid. Like, I pinched myself for like doing that. I'm
You
like,
went back
why?
for closure?
Listen.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is 2 examples
What do you
of
mean?
people going back for... Did you go back for closure?
Oh, I did. Like
And you
going
came
back
back
for
in a
closure and it
relationship?
didn't work. It wasn't even a relationship.
When
And
did you
honestly,
come-
I didn't even really go back for closure. I Okay, here's the thing that happened. So this guy, he did me one number, man. Like that guy, he screwed me over like big freaking time. And I was hurt or whatever. And the thing is, like, the relationship wasn't even that long, like 3 months.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But anyways, after it was like done and like I was like, this is done because of this, and that. I knew why the relationship was done. But in my head, you know what? Love, I don't even know if it's love. It's just stupidity. Because I was going to say love makes you do stupid things.
I think
but
it's
stupidity
love.
makes you do stupid things.
No, I think love makes you do stupid things. Because when you're in a really great, loving space,
Yeah.
how many times have we ignored red flags when you're in love? I feel like when you're going for closure, you already know what went wrong in the relationship.
Yeah.
So what more are you looking for when you go back?
I think sometimes we get an explanation or we know what happened, but we want to know like why that happened. So for example, if they cheated on you, that's a reason enough to leave. Like, it's done. They chose to cheat on you. But like, people want to know like, why would you go and do that? Because first of all, I think you only ever need closure if something actually meant something to you. Because I have this one relationship, that one guy, like when it ended, I was just like, cool, man. But I
Is that
think
the
I'd
one?
already no, that's a different one. But I think I'd already like mentally checked out of the relationship.
didn't wanna go back
Yeah.
to ask.
But usually when things they come to an end, maybe you're not ready for them to come to an end. You just want to kind of know why. Or like someone you trusted, they cheated on you. You want to know why they would go ahead and hurt you. But I never think there's a good reason that would actually satisfy you. Apparently, here's the thing, the study that I'm reading on why some people might need closure
Okay.
more than others. So it says that one study found that people who prefer order and predictability and having a more rigid way of thinking and a low tolerance for ambiguity struggle when they're unable to find the answers to help them move on. And honestly, I don't think we're those people, but I genuinely think they're people who feel stuck if they don't know what went wrong.
I feel really bad for people who feel stuck.
Mm-hmm.
But why are you stuck? That sounded like victim blaming. That's not what I'm trying to do. I guess what I'm trying to say is when you broke up, what wasn't clear about the breakup? That you need to go back for clarification.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? We're saying this, but if your relationship was to end right now, maybe you just have one fight and then he decides to end things. Is that it for you?
No, I'm going back and asking what's going on.
Because I think as humans, we just kind of want to know why. Like, you're someone I loved and trusted. Why would you do this to me? Even if they say it was a mistake, you're going to want to find out why.
No, okay, but that's what I'm saying. But speaking from a logical point of view, if you're in
Yeah.
love, it's kind of confusing. And I get that.
Yeah, so why don't you get that? Some people might need that.
Like, what part do you need to go back and ask the question?
Yeah, just the whole
And
closure aspect.
Okay, so let's say you've discussed this already, and it's gonna be the same thing they're gonna tell you.
Yeah.
What else would you need from closure?
But breakups aren't usually that straight. Unless it's like maybe like they've cheated and that's a deal breaker for you.
Yeah.
But like a lot of relationships, like the ending of a lot of relationships can be like accumulation of a whole bunch of different things. So for example, girls, we usually mentally check out of like relationships, right? Mm-hmm. And it's because of certain reasons. In most cases, we don't even discuss them with the person with whom we're in a relationship. So once for example, you decide to end things, you're like, this just isn't working for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to want to know, like, when did things change? Why did they change? And I think that's just like a human natural instinct to want to know that.
But the question is, do we need closure after a breakup?
I think so.
Girl, you were literally saying you didn't a minute ago, and now you
I
think
know.
you do?
No, because I've put myself in the situation. Like, in the relationship I am in right now, if it were just to, like, kind of end, maybe they're like, my feelings have changed. That's a good enough reason. But I want to know why. And when did it happen?
So I know that when I said I went looking for closure or whatever, I just wasn't
You knew
done.
it wasn't.
Yeah, I knew that there was more in that relationship that I wanted to fight for. Hence,
Yeah.
I went back. But I'm saying even after going through that, if I was truly done, I don't feel like going back would have been the right decision. Right now, I feel like it was the right decision for me because I wasn't done. The issue wasn't, after thinking about it and having discussions with my friends, and the issue wasn't big enough for me to leave at that particular time. So I am saying in this logical state, even if I've been in that state when it doesn't make sense, and it doesn't mean I'm not going to go looking for closure. I'm just saying in this moment, after trial and error of 10 different times, it isn't worth it. Unless the reason for the breakup is something that will help you grow as a person.
Yeah.
I don't think there is a need for you to go back because the message is in the pudding. What do they say? The something is in the pudding?
Yeah.
Something is in the pudding anyways, and it's been there. And I feel like I feel like when you go back, there's a small part of you that just wants to see the person. And that's why I went back looking for closure. Because, baby, I knew I would come up with a relation. I knew when I was leaving knowing that I came here, even if I said it was for closure, low-key, I wanted to see him again.
I just think it's a bad move through and through. Just take your L, bro. Like, just take your L and move on.
I feel like closure is important if you were in a mature relationship. If two people that can come together and sit down, I feel like the person that would need closure is the person that did something wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're in a mature relationship, for you to get to a point where it's done, I assume there's been a discussion before. So why would you need to because I genuinely think this whole getting closure thing is just an excuse to go back to that person, because in most cases you're just not over it. That's what I think. So it's not even about finding out why he did what he did, but I think you have some kind of hopeful thinking about maybe things getting back to what they were, or maybe him admitting his mistakes, and then just things resolving themselves. But I just think in some cases there just isn't going back.
Yeah, unless I was with completely wrong guys, which obviously I'm not with them today, so probably that was the case.
Yeah.
But okay, because actually I think I went for closure maybe 3 times in every relationship I've ever went back for closure. But it never did me any good.
Yeah.
There's nothing I learned from it. There's nothing I took away from it. There was nothing that helped me grow. There was just nothing in the closure that because we had already, you know what it was? It was a conversation. Every time I went back, it was a conversation that went round and round and round and round in circles.
Yeah.
And some of the things that were discussed were compliments. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You go back and you want to hear a sorry, but it's not going to fix anything. Even if you hear an apology from this person for hurting you, you're still not together.
Yeah, it's already happened. So there's no even a sorry, what is that going to do for me? Whatever happened has happened. So maybe there really isn't a need for
No, I don't think there is a need for closure. And honestly, I feel like if you're gonna go back, go and learn your lesson. You're only gonna learn when you get burnt. But I remember, okay, no.
What?
I remember talking to this person, and we kind of broke up or whatever, and then I went back knowing very well I could get back with the person, and we ended up texting, because I feel like this is what closure does. You end on a good note, then you start talking to the person again, and then week 1 passed, week 2, and then it just fizzled to nothing, and it just felt like such a waste. Me going, honestly, I also just feel like closure just feels now I love you so much that I'm coming back to get more information about Do you know what I mean though? Because why would you?
Yeah, that's a bit embarrassing for me, bruh.
But you went back though, because you loved
Yeah.
the person.
I know.
Why did you? That person you went back to.
Why did I?
Yes. How long did it last after you went back for closure?
Okay, here's the thing. So like we broke up, right? Then maybe went quiet for a little bit, and then we kind of started talking again. I was really not over this man, like at all. I wasn't over him. So like when we started talking again, like I got giddy. You know, I was just like, okay, maybe this could be something. Then maybe it happened for like less than a month. Like whatever was happening, less than a month. And then what?
You lasted that long?
Yeah.
Dang.
And then there's something that happened. This one thing, it happened, and I was like, you are so stupid. Like, you are so stupid.
Who's
This guy
who's
does not
stupid?
rate you.
You or the guy?
Me.
Oh, okay.
Like me.
Yeah.
Everything, every information I needed to know was already there. Like, I just chose to put it to the side. But this one thing that happened, I was like, you're so stupid. And from that point, I just cut off all and any communication. Like, that was it for me. But that should have been it for me a month before.
Yeah.
Because it's not like any new information resurfaced. He just acted how he's always acted.
I don't think you needed any new information. I think you just needed to see it with a clearer mind, because you needed to go back to learn. Did that kind of make sense? Actually,
Bruh.
I think I fumbled my words.
That's why I'm saying, for me, it wasn't even love that made me do stupid things.
It was just
stupidity that made me do stupid things. Because, you know, people are who they are. Like, that's not going to change. People are who they are.
Don't say
And
that.
I knew that. What?
People can change.
They can change, but not this guy. Like, I knew, like... Is that too much? Okay, people can change. But, like, in terms of how I'd been treated, there was no reason for me to want to go back. Like, there was no reason I even thought that I should go back.
But you know what, though? Do what makes you happy.
Yeah, you should do what makes you happy, but don't... You know what?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give you some advice. Just don't do it, bro. Just don't do it.
I don't think you're going to learn anything, and I don't think it's going to benefit you, because I feel like, two people can do... I don't even know what I'm saying. What I'm trying to say is... just cancel all of that, okay?
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is, when you go back for closure, I hope you've made a decision in your mind that you're going to leave after that conversation. Go knowing that you're going there to make yourself be better and do better, but don't go looking for closure when you're not over the relationship. That should be what it is. If you go back and just still emotional, you're going to get stuck. Go back when you're done. If you're really, truly looking for closure, go back when you're done.
Yeah, but I also think, like, once you're done, if you're actually done, like, I don't have anything more I want to say to you.
So what we're saying is that closure isn't needed.
Yeah, I think that's the bottom line.
Unless it's going to make you better, there's no point in going back. It's just going to hurt you more.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've ever gone back, and I've come out in a relationship, but the moment we break up, it just hurts all over again. That pain,
Yeah.
it just hurts all over again. And I'm not saying I am the queen of breaking up. I'm just saying it just has never done me any good going back. I've never learned anything. I've never gotten better. Even if there's another reason after the first reason should have been enough, but I wasn't done in the relationship.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I just wasn't ready to move on. And it's fine if you can acknowledge that. But just know when you're going back, you're probably going to hurt again.
So, bottom line, you don't think we need it?
I don't think we need it. But if you're one of those people that feels stuck and feels like you can't get through without an explanation, you can go back. I just don't know if it's going to do any better.
Yeah.
Unless it will for you and you're the type of person that needs closure to move on, then go ahead. But I don't think it'll make you feel better.
Okay, so thank you for listening. Don't go back to that man.
However, if you do, we're not judging. This is a safe space.
Yeah, I'm judging though. I know I've done it like a couple of times, and I judge myself when I do it. So I'm going to be judging you too if you do it. But yeah, I understand, like, you thinking you need it, from someone for them to explain what went down. But, you know, actions are very loud. They're very, very loud.
Foolish.
It's right there. Do you know those memes like, God, give me a sign if, and then something happens,
Yeah.
like I'm blind.
Oh, that was the wind. Honestly, thank you so much for listening. We hope you had an amazing time, and we hope you had a relaxing moment with us. Can't wait to talk to you guys next week, and I hope that the pandemic isn't
Don't even start
dragging
with
you
that.
down, and if it is, it's hopefully gonna get better.
Hopefully. Get vaccinated, by the way.
We-
Do you think anti-vaxxers will come in the comments? You know what? You can come in the comments. Get vaccinated. Thank you so much for listening, guys. We appreciate you, and we'll catch you in our next episode.
Thanks for picking up. We hope you pick up next time. Bye.
Bye.